Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain! That might be very loud I'm
No,
sorry.
no, it was not at all. Don't worry. It was
Okay,
very
good.
normal. It was a very
Awesome.
like same vol. Your audio is very like equalized,
Awesome.
which
Thumbs
is
up.
good.
Cat thumbs up.
BDA. Okay, we're starting with the body discovery announcement.
Who do you think's dead?
Oh shit! Don't look at that.
Ugh, who knows?
Oh, I realized that this isn't gonna look well on stream. Whatever. I'll
Whatever.
just do this. Oh, Retsuko! Oh, what the
Oh my
fuck?
god! Really fucked up body.
Hmm. Being a furry. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. That's enough.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Enough out of you.
I gotta say, fucking my theory about like Yuri and Natsuki
Mm-hmm.
is very predicated on Yuri somehow making it so that it was like Natsuki's actions that led like maybe I don't know like Yuri giving Natsuki a bottle that Natsuki used to poison unknowingly like Retsuko or something, and then Yuri, which I can definitely see her doing, like setting up the entire like crime scene to look like she was attacked or something, like to look like
Mhm.
this after the fact.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see, I suppose. But I
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't
see.
think that thing Fury has a lot of weight the more I think about it or remember bits of this. Let me fucking I know it's here somewhere. I know it's here. Yeah, yeah. Why is this in Japanese? God fucking damn it.
Uh,
Nope.
oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry. I didn't mean to jump scare you.
Oh my gosh. Why don't we listen? Jump scare.
These are like the Japanese titles for some fucking reason. I don't like that.
It's a good song.
Uh, I wanted to put the you know what I'm talking about?
Sure, man.
No. This is from fucking I will find it. No. 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 Not at
That's a
all.
not yet. What the fuck?
That was the one. Oh,
Oh,
you ready?
yeah.
God, this is a great thing to start into. Jesus Christ.
I just
Okay,
realized it's read in it's third person, so yeah,
I guess I'm the narrator as well.
I guess so.
That's a character now.
Yeah, why not?
Well then, the time has come to start the search on Red Cecil untimely murder. Right into it, but I just love blah blah blah. We've read this.
Yeah.
It was funny, really. Hayasaka was teetering on the edge of death this entire time. Any second he would have passed out. Nothing to fight his body's urges with. Perhaps today more and everything he had lived for would have ceased to exist in its meaning. But that time didn't come. Instead, let me just put this a little more. Instead, his fears of dying had been replaced by the fear of the defenseless and abused body of Retsuko right in front of him. He somehow hadn't passed out from the sheer craze of it all, even if he knew he wouldn't die from doing so anymore. Right, because they couldn't sleep. That was
Yeah,
the motive.
the motive was that if they fell asleep, they get torn to shreds by
Yeah.
Monotora.
What would be the point of closing his eyes when he knew the scene in front of him was never gonna change? And then, yippee! Murder!
Mm.
Too many requests? What do you mean?
There we go.
Christ.
So fucked.
See, the thing is, this doesn't look like specifically, like, what do you call them?
Claw marks.
Claw marks? Especially the fucking X's. This almost seems like someone with a knife, which makes me very suspicious of Yuri.
Maybe Monotora was having fun with it, and he was just like going with one claw.
Yeah, yeah. Something like that. Just as quickly as Hayasaka himself had discovered the body, he heard the oncoming noise of more people entering the karaoke bar and realized that they had all gathered from the issued announcement. It was a tight squeeze to peer into the bathroom to see who had died, and Hayasaka had no issue in excusing himself out of the way to tear his eyes off from the repelling scene. He saw Kurimata arrive, and once he had snatched the beak himself, shuffled towards Hayasaka's side without a word exchanged. Is this me? Right.
Yeah, you're Natsuki.
I, I didn't I didn't want this to happen again. Why did this happen again? Why? Why?
Natsuki, take deep breaths, okay? I don't want you to overwhelm yourself.
Oh,
You're BoJack.
god damn it. I need to come up with voices for these characters. I haven't done
You didn't
them.
consider this the entire time today. I was
I
being like, what
have.
the fuck is
I
this
have
even
never
right?
actually like spoken them, you know?
That's fair.
Bojack has like a fucking I know what he sounds like, but I can't do a good Bojack.
He's got like a gruff voice.
I know. Like I no. God
All
damn
right,
it, I
who is
feel
this then?
self-conscious. I'm sorry.
That's all right. No worries.
No, no, not at all. I was gonna put
Can you
this one next.
can you put it
No,
on
not
loop?
this one either. Where is it? That's it. Fucking Christ. Uh, alright. Who is it this time? As Wojak arrived and checked the bathroom, Hayasaka watched as his face dropped. He stood there for a moment, arms wavering by his sides.
BoJack.
Without another word, Bojack stepped into the bathroom and turned off the running tap. The closed tap dripping any remaining water that squeezed to escape before drowning the room in total silence. Taking one last side glance below at Retsuko's body, Bojack walked back out into the corridor and faced away from the bathroom doorway.
Really happened again. God damn it. Hmm. We've been granted a very interesting sight this time around. Is this a birth bow wasn't enough for you? Fuck. Voice from Monotora. Oi, oi!
Everyone alongside Hayasaka turned to watch the arrival of Monotora, who was bouncing their tail up and down with a sharp grin.
My oh my! I'm very happy to see that the motive worked out after all, eh? One of you's caved in and turned the malice.
Is
Oh,
this
right, Brian.
dizzy?
Uh, that's not fair. We were given a time limit against their lives unlike the last motive. Look who's
Perfect
trying to talk,
voice.
huh? Pardon?
I'm sorry, I was just saying perfect voice for Brian. That was awesome, like spot on.
Thank you. Look who's trying to talk, huh? Shut your trap, Brian, or I might just accidentally lash out and claw in your throat. Ugh. Speaking of which, look at you all. You really can't investigate with such drowsy eyes. You'll probably miss a shit ton of evidence.
As much as I would be grateful for the opportunity to rest my painful eyes, I do not wish to leave Miss Retsuko laying there longer than she should.
Well, you ain't gonna be allowed to sleep during the investigation period, but fortunately for you, I have just a solution.
Just then, Monotora began to cough and hack, body jittering and convulsing as they attempted to push something out of their system. Hayasaka watched on in growing disgust as Monotora finally regurgitated a white pill bottle that clacked onto the ground, no accompanying saliva to be seen. He sucked in a breath, holding back the urge to throw up at the sight. Monotora slobbered and shook their head, standing upright.
Ugh, There we go! These pills have been organically produced by Nasos to pull someone out of a state of a lack of sleep, tricking the brain and reversing the effects of sleep deprivation, allowing the man to investigate, you see?
I
I
think you're
don't know if I
go.
want...
I think you're going to go into a coma if you take this. I'm sorry.
You might... fuck, what was the voice I had planned for Kaido? I don't know if I want to take this pill. I've been told not to take untrusted drugs from people.
Sure, I'll leave this one on. Uh, fuck. Am I latte? I am latte.
You're latte, because I'm
Not to mention how they. Sorry. Oh, sorry. That's not mine. I wouldn't advise it either, Kaido.
Not to mention I literally puked out the damn thing. Well, you better, because if I catch you snoozing during the investigation, I'm gonna bite your limbs off. You always make quite the eccentric threat, don't you? It's fine, guys. I'll take it first.
Dropping down to pick up the pill bottle, Jesse screwed open the lid and shook a pill into his palm, downing it after a moment's hesitation. He handed it out towards the group, where L gladly accepted the offer. Soon, the bottle had been passed around to everyone, Hayasaka studying the lone pill in his shaky palm. No distinct color or smell, just a white disc-shaped pill. Disregarding the lack of water to help, he gulped it down. Hayasaka would be lying if he couldn't feel the effects kick in almost immediately in his system, body's heaviness lifting away and brain sobering up to process coherent thoughts. Hey, what exactly are in these pills?
That's classified info, Dr. Twink. You're better off using that noggin to question more important things like the
Dr.
murder case.
Twink.
Dr. Twink is crazy.
That's insane. I don't feel anything different.
Same here. Is it working for anyone else? It worked for me. Perhaps yours was a placebo? Ain't no fake, that pill. It's just that you two are more, how should I word this, bulkier than the rest of the group. So the pill will take a little longer to kick in. Great. Oh, just so you know, your tablets have been updated with the new Nasos file, like last time. Well then, look bright and sharp for the day ahead of you.
Oh, Monotaro then spun around and pounced down in the corridor out of the karaoke bar.
Alright then. I don't know how much time we possess from the previous investigation. We need to start searching around as soon as possible.
You really... Yeah, sorry, I'm not used to this.
That's fair.
Nope, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Are
to
you
do
not able
that.
to put it on loop?
I am, and that one was. I was just trying to look for the other one.
Oh.
Really like to take people's grieving away, don't you?
It's a different case when you don't get attached to people. Hey, Bojack. It's gonna be alright, yo. We're gonna find Retsuko's killer. They ain't gonna get away with this. I know that's what you want.
And you didn't feel any better after watching Hiroshi die, so what's the point? No, I'm sorry. I know it's different. It's obviously different. You knew Walter longer than I did with her. Look, I'd rather not be in the same room as her body right now. Just don't be too harsh with her, okay? If anyone needs me, which I doubt, I'll be outside having a smoke. That stumble of words, Bojack turned to leave.
I'm going with him, because he needs someone there, just to stand with him. Even if he doesn't realize he does.
Jesse then left the group for Bojack outside. Despite how Bojack pushed him away these past 2 days, Jesse just wants to help him right now.
Seeing as the rest of us have stayed behind, I advise we should all split up and search around every nook and cranny of this karaoke bar. Events may not be necessarily concentrated in the bathroom only. I volunteer to stay close to Retsuko. I just feel so awful for my plans overtaking my need to look out for everyone else's safety.
It's not your fault in the end. You didn't know this was going to happen. I
I
should...
suppose you have a point.
Oh, that's
Thank
you.
you, Hayasaka.
Don't worry, Mai. I'll stay put with you. Watching as the group began to spread out, Hayasaka noticed Kuramada cross his arms.
I guess we should start investigating ourselves, huh?
Actually, Kuramada, I don't think it's wise to push yourself into this just yet. Your peel hasn't taken its effect on you, has it?
Shit. I guess you're right. Might as well step outside for a minute till it kicks in.
Will you be alright? Should I come with you?
Nah, it's fine. Don't let me drag you down or nothing.
Hayasaka nodded and Hayasaka nodded and Kurimata took it as a permission to head out. I suppose I have no choice but to investigate by myself.
Hayasaka,
Oh,
I was just overhearing you guys. Not in a weird way or anything. I was wondering if I could help you out instead. Only if you want, that is.
of course. I don't mind that. Brian has good searching skills, doesn't he? Especially finding that letter on the boat. Even so, something inside me would like to accompany. What? Okay, sorry. He said even so, something inside me would like to accompany him despite that, and I was like, despite being good at searching? What do you mean despite that?
Uh,
Or like, did he
Good
mean like
question.
even outside of that? Is that like more what he meant?
I guess so.
Well, investigation.
Hell yeah. So, I have to admit that I didn't really know where to start last time, and I sort of just drifted around on my own.
That's all right. We're not really detectives, Spar L. How about we read the Nessus file first? That's where Kurumada and I started last time. It helped give a basic gist over the case.
That actually sounds like a reasonable thing to do. Why didn't I think of that before?
Sympathetically shaking his head at Brian's mutter, Hayasaka retrieved his tablet and navigated to the newly added Nessus file. Out of the corner of his eye, he watched Brian follow suit, albeit much more gradually as he kept hovering his index finger over the screen, as if he was unsure what to tap. Has he never opened the Nessus file before, or is Brian not very equipped with technology? Regardless, Hayasaka trailed his eyes back to his own screen. The file layout was similar to Walter's, however it changed in certain aspects to fit Retsuko's case. Reluctantly scanning the image for a moment, he read the file. The victim is Retsuko. Sorry, I thought they were going to say Retsuko's full name. The victim
I don't
is
know.
Retsuko. The time of death is 1 a.m. approximately. The body was discovered in the women's bathroom in the karaoke bar of the second island. The victim has suffered cuts to the body and face, as well as an open stab wound in the chest. Additionally, blunt force trauma has been inflicted to the victim's head. We don't know the cause of death, right?
Looks like it, yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe she might have been poisoned or something. These seem like too many, either that or like I think the like what would you call it? Like the killing blow might have been like the blunt force trauma to the head. I think the stab wounds are kind of to throw us off. That's
Right.
my like feeling from what I remember. She seems to have been killed rather late at night.
I guess the murder could have taken place at any time since we were all forced to be awake, huh?
But doesn't that mean anyone could be a potential suspect? Not only that, but it appears Walter's rule about staying inside the hotel during nighttime hours has been promptly disregarded at this point.
Also, this says as this file is supposed to be written without the cause of death stated because it only lists two fatal wounds. Also, I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay, okay.
Sorry, I'm back. Dinner.
Uh,
Did you read your line?
yeah, hold on, let me. Where were we? Looking at it at
It
this
only
point.
lists two. It only lists two fatal wounds.
Not again. Is this a mistake? Is it a mistake? Or is this another mystery left by the killer? Well, only time will tell. Truthful
Well,
little pain. That's this file number 2. I wish I had the sound effects on a board or something.
We can make sound effects with our mouths.
Slipping his tablet away, Hayasaka peered once more into the bathroom and at her. Hayasaka couldn't even bear to look at Retsuko's pained face. Unlike Walter, she appeared much more vulnerable, even after death. Taking a shaky breath, he rubbed his wrists.
Hayasaka, are you alright? You don't want to investigate her body, do you?
No, not at all. I really don't want to do this. I'm sorry, I really don't want this to become a recurring thing for me. I don't want to get used to this.
Same here. It's just, even if she's such a small animal, what's been done to her is so cruel.
And yet, to not check would be stupid, wouldn't it? I suppose we could look at her last before leaving the bathroom.
Whatever you want is fine with me. Um, how about we start over there then?
Brian pointed towards the once running tap a few ways from Mexico's body. Carefully stepping past her in the puddle of water, they took a closer inspection at the sink. It's strange how it was left on in the first place, isn't it? It implies someone never had the opportunity to turn it off.
Do you think it was Retsuko?
It might have been. Wouldn't there even be a different... Uh, would there ever even be a different motive to leaving it on other than the usual bathroom purposes? Well, if this is anything like the previous case, we can't stay close-minded.
At least we know the overflowing tap had to have been the cause of the flooded bathroom, right? Too bad our shoes are going to be soggy after the investigation.
Oh, I remember this, actually. The toilet, right? Truth bullet obtain... Running bathroom tap.
So, are we going to address the blood right there?
I suppose we have to. Hesitant to move closer, Hayasaka peered at the smeared blood stain on the side of the sink.
It looks pretty smudged.
And faint. Although I suppose that's due to the overflowing water cleaning it off.
Do you think something bad happened here for there to be blood?
Gee, I don't know. You think so?
Who knows, really?
I don't know. I don't wish to think about it, really. Sooner or later, however, I will have to acknowledge its purpose. I really hate doing this. Blood on bathroom sink. Glancing up at the sink, Hayasaka caught himself in the reflection of the mirror in front of him. Peering at the sight through his lenses, he paused.
It looks fine.
He looks cute.
I guess he's got bags under his eyes, but he looks mostly fine.
Despite ingesting that pill which helped to regain his energy, appearance-wise he remained incredibly disheveled and fatigued. Ren was no different, as he looked quite akin to himself, by the usual likeness between the two. I never even realized I looked this bad. I probably would have left if I didn't feel so tense.
Hey, Hayasaka,
What is it, Brian?
behind us. I think there's something on the wall. I can see in the reflection. Are those scratch marks?
Turning on his heel, Hayasaka confirmed that Brian was right. Littered on the back wall of the bathroom stalls were sharp marks that slashed in every which direction. He held back a shudder at the violent display.
Were those there this entire time?
I don't think so. The karaoke bar appeared new and unused to me when we first inspected it, so it'd be strange for the bathrooms to have originally been vandalized like this.
So then it has to be related to the case, right?
I can only assume so.
Obviously.
Marks on bathroom walls. Oh, we can't see it here. I was
Yeah.
trying to see if... Now that he was facing the stalls, Hayasaka was quick to catch that one of the doors was slightly ajar. What was even more apparent was the presence of a stream of water leaking out from inside. Brian, do you see that open stall over there?
Huh? Oh, yeah, I do. Should I go take a look?
Well, that's... But before Hayasaka could vocalize how odd he felt the idea was, Brian was already walking towards the stall. However, as he nudged the door inwards, he immediately slipped a step back.
Ugh.
Baffled at such a reaction, Hayasaka hurried to his side, only to witness what seemed to be a clogged toilet alongside a pool of water or bathroom water sitting around the toilet, dousing everything in fluid. He couldn't see much else, and that he thanked God for. What a pleasant sight.
Who shit so hard for this bathroom for this toilet to be so
What
clogged?
the fuck?
Hey, I wonder if this clogged toilet has something to do with the flooded bathroom as well.
As he said that, Brian tried to reluctantly step closer to the toilet to peer down into what was inside.
It kind of looks like a bunch of toilet paper was shoved down into it, considering all the soggy paper floating in the toilet.
Sorry, I lost myself. As if it were forced, or... Ah, thank you for that, Brian. But you really weren't expected to do that if you didn't want to.
No, no, it's fine. You could say I'm a little used to unhygienic bathrooms at this point. The only one in Centricorp wasn't all that taken care of either.
The the only one? Brian, what kind of company did you used to work for? There's no use getting hung up on that right now. If anything, I'll need to remember this toilet just in case. Clogged toilet stall. One final scan around the claustrophobic bathroom sorry, notion Hayasaka's anxiety to flared up, realizing there was nothing else worth noting aside from Retsuko's body. Hesitantly, he tracked his gaze downwards to her. Are you ready to go over to Retsuko, Brian?
Hi, Sokka. I've been meaning to ask this, but do you have experience with autopsies or something? I noticed you checked out Walter's body during the last investigation.
Well, no, I have. Hold on. Well, no, I have decent knowledge on medicine and medical records only, and I really only know the basics of certain injuries. Despite that, I feel as if I should give my efforts with whatever I can provide as to be as much help as I can.
Wow, that's a really selfless thing to do.
Mm, I mean, selfless, but also it helps him. So like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be praised for such a thing. Looking over corpses.
Oh, when you put it like that, it does sound a little. Sorry.
It's fine. We should just get this over and done with.
These two are nervous wrecks.
Yeah, the two like fucking nervous introverted office workers.
Odd.
The two then began to walk over to Retsuko, only to see Elle already crouched beside her and checking her over.
Nice to see you again, Hayasaka.
How is this in any way nice? Saying it so casually as if we're not both or as if we're both not about to search a corpse. Elle, do you have experience with corpses by any chance?
I suppose you could say I'm good at looking past what's been presented right in front of me. How does that answer his question?
Yeah.
Cool, you
Acknowledging
answered a different question, I guess. Thanks
acknowledging
for
what he
that.
had. Well, I guess that is like a mark of a detective.
I guess so.
Acknowledging what he had to do next, Hayasaka inhaled a deep breath, which was slightly unpleasant considering the lack of windows in a cramped karaoke bar, and kneeled down beside Retsuko, avoiding getting his suit soaked from the water pool. Brian opted to stay standing, which Hayasaka very much relieved upon for his own sanity, but peered on to keep a close eye.
Where do you normally start first?
Whatever catches my attention first, I suppose. And what's caught at first is definitely those slash wounds around her body. They're all rather random in size, location, and it seems oh sorry, in size and location. It seems a bit excessive for whoever inflicted these.
What do you make of the stab wound in her chest? Something like that seems like the fatal wound, right? I'm not sure I'd be able to survive that.
Well, but as Hayasaka leaned forward to grasp a better look, he faltered. That's strange. There's something off with these wounds.
What do you mean? I've never looked at stab wounds in any detail before.
You see, I'm not sure how to go about this. I'd like to show you a visual example of what I mean, but unfortunately I can't just go ahead and stab someone.
You probably could, if I was a willing volunteer.
It was only a joke.
As was mine. Huh?
Whatever. Again, never mind.
It's okay. I'll try to understand it verbally.
The clotting. It's irregular. Or, well, not really present, to phrase it better. Brian tilted his head with a blank look. Hayasaka's shoulder just dropped.
Like a fucking cat or a dog.
Usually when this yeah, I was thinking so. Usually when the skin is cut, the body's defense system kicks in and clots the wound in order to stop the bleeding. Here, it should have been no different for Retsuko, yet it is.
Oh, I see. Okay, I get that. So if that's the case, then something weird must have happened to cause it.
Like, she was stabbed after she was dead. Maybe. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, I'm pretty sure the clotting and like your body functions continue to happen for a little bit. So this couldn't have been like a 1 minute, like a one and done like minute adventure. Whoever did
Yeah.
this had to have planned this long, well, not long term, but at least like medium long term, you know? Like it couldn't have been a
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 minute thing. It would have had to be more realistically at least like a 30-minute thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think you scrolled past a
yeah,
bit.
sorry. This probably isn't as simple as it's laid out. We'll need to keep track of this for our own safety. Stab wound and cuts. Moving up from the stab mark, Sayasaka steered towards Retsuko's head, only to wince at the sight. God, it's so...
Caught yourself looking at the head wound, I take it. It's majorly bloody and open, not for the faint of the heart.
Yes, something like that. But did he have to be so detailed?
It's also deep, oddly so, which begs the question on why the killer needed to deal such a heavy blow when Retsuko is far from anything big herself. Um, isn't talking about her like that a little rude? It's only logical we recognize that Retsuko is an awfully easy murder target. She's at least a few feet smaller than the rest of us.
Hayasaka felt a knot rise in his stomach at the comment, feeling his knees shuffle awkwardly. What kind of cruel person would target Retsuko? Was a simple body all they needed? Retsuko's head wound. Straining his eyes around her body one last time, Hayasaka gratefully allowed himself the relief of ending his autopsy here. Before he could lift himself up, however, Hal put his hand out. Um,
Yeah, if you think you're finished, but there's someone here, and someone who hasn't. Brian, could you come down here and check for yourself? What? Me? I don't really want to myself. If I want to get another perspective on the body just in case. Due to Retsuko's size, it can be very easy to miss any details. Hmm.
Brian, you don't have to force yourself if you don't want to.
No, I'll give it a shot. This is to help save everyone, isn't it?
Brian then adversely bent down onto his knees, focusing hard on Retsuko. Hayasaka remained seated, watching him alongside Elle. He could tell Brian was slightly pressured with the added audience, so he instead shifted his attention to his own palms, resting on his thighs, one another picking at the fingertips.
I, I, um, I think I found something. I don't know if it's important though. Go on. Okay. Her claws. They have blood on them.
They do?
How peculiar. None of the stab wounds are located anywhere near Retsuko's paws, so it's safe to assume it could not
Oh,
simply be blood stripped down.
I think I remember having a theory about this, about how if she were to have been attacked by say Yuri, for example, she could have hidden the slash marks, but because it's specifically Yuri, I that was like the thing that started me thinking like she's covering for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Natsuki because like I don't see who else she would be covering for, because she would have weirdly enough the perfect like cover because of her like self-harm like scars, which
I
like
think we've.
what, sorry.
I think. I think you scrolled a bit too far down. I was just gonna say.
Sorry, I think it's
It's,
me fidgeting.
it's alright.
uh
Uh,
there we
head
go.
wound. 。. Yeah. 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . 。 . . 。 .
「
Yeah.
Oh, did you say this and I didn't say this one? Or
Yes, I said they have blood on them. I think you guys say they do.
they do?
Not peculiar. Oh, I said that one.
Okay, okay. Then what do you believe to be the cause?
Well, no explanation that Retsuko must have used them herself. Huh? There's no way that's possible. Retsuko would never hurt anyone.
That is true. Ritsuko was quite the passive type.
People can change when threatened with their life, you see.
But then, just, what does that mean for the case? Why would Retsuko need to attack someone? Blood on claws. I don't know, maybe because she was being murdered, dude.
Yeah, I would also try to like fight back at my killer if I realized I was getting killed by someone.
Like this is reminding me of prologue trial from Eden.
Mm. So, does this mean I'm done? If you can't say anything else, then of course. Oh, thank goodness.
Brian heaved out a heavy exhale and pulled himself up from the floor. Hayasaka followed suit, grateful that he didn't need to subject himself to ingraining the image of Retsuko's corpse into his mind any more than he needed to.
It appears I'm just about complete with my analysis on the body as well. In that case, I'll be moving on to searching for potential murder weapons. It's not been spotted present around the scenes as of yet. I'm not going to subject myself into waiting around until the trial to identify what could be as with last time. Hey, we could help!
Hayasaka shifted his body to catch Kaido and Saiki, standing by the doorway. The former sporting an earnest grin, an
Oh my
Eastern
god,
grin. My
dude,
fucking
that
god.
dude.
I'm sorry, I'm bad at reading. An earnest
It's
grin.
alright. I overheard you just now talk about finding the murder weapon, and me and Psyche could help out to cover ground.
I could help you with my Eastern grin. God,
That's awful.
I'm
Hmm.
sorry.
That's an poor idea, Kaido. Perhaps my initial perspective of you may need some changing. What do you mean?
I think he's calling you an idiot.
No, no. Why was so ignorant to call the ultimate academic prodigy incompetent? The Jet Blackwings is pretty intelligent after all.
Hmm. Good save, I suppose?
Let's focus now. We're losing time as we speak. Kaido, Psyche, you need to go look for something sharp that could have been used to inflict Retsuko's stab wounds. On the other hand, I'll be searching for blunt objects that could have performed blunt force into her head. Ignore the bloody sink, I guess. That's probably not relevant.
Yeah. The three then split up, leaving Hayasaka and Brian standing alone once again.
So, where should we go now? I don't really know my way around the karaoke bar all that well.
Since Retsuko's murder took place in a building, I wonder if it's best to take into account the layout. We could take a look at a map, perhaps. Reaching his hand into his pocket, Hayasaka retrieved his tablet. It was hard not to notice Brian attempting to peer overhead to view his screen, albeit upside down, while he navigated while he navigated to the map.
No, oh, so that's how you do it.
What was that?
Nothing.
Holding back the urge to question further, Hayasaka pivoted on one heel so that he and Brian could see the screen facing the right way up. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. There was like the entrance here. I don't know if you can see my mouse.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, because the stream can't, but that doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
was just wanted to know if you could. That's good to know. Like,
Mhm.
there's the entrance that's here, and then like the bathroom is right around the corner. But then like
Yeah.
the thing she was in, I'm pretty sure was this one. But we'll see that after. Like, we'll see that later in a bit.
Mhm.
I think there was something along the corridor here. I have to think that this door was closed for the murder to be able to take place without people noticing.
Probably.
But we'll see that.
Yeah. Everyone was also sleep deprived though, so who knows?
Agreeing to relocate their investigation elsewhere, they left the bathroom. Dude, sorry, unrelated, but if I ever make like a fangin, I want to have like my own website for like the monopad where people can just like see the map and like the character profiles and shit because I think that's such a cool thing to have.
That
And
would be really
I've seen
cool.
so little like things do like so little like fangirls do it, but the ones that I've seen do something along those lines, it's always such a like so appreciated because like in the games, if you're like, wait, How does this look in the map? You can just open the menu and go into the map.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think that's really cool. Like I just have this here now just in case. Let's see here. Agreeing to relocate their investigations elsewhere, they left the bathroom. Outside, Hayasaka noted the presence of Mai and Latte, who were gently comforting each other about the murder case. As he approached them, Mai shot him a warm smile despite her upturned brows. Hello, how are you two doing?
Not sure, honestly. Oh, I just feel so guilty for not checking up on Retsuko properly yesterday.
And I wished I had tried harder to convince her to give up on her drinking. Please, don't blame yourselves. What happened to Retsuko isn't our fault. Or isn't your fault. It'd only be so if either of you were the killer, right?
Hayasaka, how could you accuse him of such a thing? I'll have you know, me and Lotte were together the entire night yesterday.
Is that so? Were you
When
now?
what were you doing exactly?
That's one way to keep yourselves awake, I guess.
Scissor me timbers, this is quite interesting.
Shut up, I'm shaking. I'm sorry, it was only a bad joke. Wait, you were? What were you doing together?
It's rude to ask two ladies what they did together the previous night alone, is it not?
Brian raised a
Hmm.
brow at her mischievous comment, and Latte's cheeks washed over with a mild shade of red. I assure you, I was merely demonstrating my latte magic to Mai in my hotel room.
I think Mai was doing some cookie tasting.
Shut up! God damn it, I'm sorry. I see, but Mai, I really wish you'd stop being so playful, even during a murder investigation of all things.
You just made a joke about accusing your friend of murder.
He's under a lot of pressure, okay? Give him, cut him some slack. Poor guy.
That's fair. Wait, you guys were the first to find Retsuko's body, right?
Right, what was the order?
I think I don't entirely remember,
We
right?
we
If
heard
I
like a body discovery announcement, and then we came to check. I'm pretty sure.
hold on, I can look back to
They're gonna
see.
say it. I'm pretty sure. So it's like,
Yeah,
hello.
good point.
Brian's right. Since all the girls had gathered here for Mai's girl trip, that must have been how they all found Retsuko. Do you mind telling us what happened? Oh, they're
Not
gonna
at all.
literally say it here.
You see, when we all arrived at the karaoke bar, Natsuki had spoken up that she needed the bathroom, and so Yuri volunteered to accompany her. It wasn't long until we heard her scream. We all came rushing over to see, well, Retsuko.
This is going to come into play in some way, like, oh, actually, I saw the body beforehand and didn't say anything. And then they're gonna be like, but wait, Natsuki and Yuri both saw the body and the body discovery announcement didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Monitora, does it count if the killer sees the body? Nope! God damn it!
I should have said anything, god damn it!
And it's gonna like be like, okay, so if it's not Yuri, it's I don't know why I think it's Natsuki, but I think it was her probably without knowing it. Or maybe out of desperation, but I see it less that, and I see more like Natsuki and Yuri kind of having like a Renmaru Asada situation. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah, like obsessed
Like
and
Natsuki is like, I can't do this anymore, Yuri, and Yuri's like, don't worry, I'll take care of it.
in a way also I guess like Midori and Shin. I don't know
No,
why I
but
use both their differentiating names.
I'm well, it's easier to understand, but like I mean more like specifically like the thing with like Sara manipulating Renmaru, but more on like the idea of like Natsuki breaking and Yuri being like, "Don't worry, you don't have to do anything. I'll do it for you. Like I'll figure something out."
Right.
Uh,
Uh,
then if you had never planned to come here, who knows when Retsuko's body would have been found? I'd like to think we probably would have started a search party when we realized she was missing for a while.
But it would have been impossible for the guy to find her, hmm?
Huh? Why? Why do you think
Oh,
that, Saki?
do you not know about the karaoke bar, the karaoke bathroom locks? Apparently, the only way to gain access inside is by swiping your tablet on the pad beside the door. See?
And the two guys who have died are guys, so
Hmm.
unless you swiped from like Retsuko herself or something. Mai gestured towards the bathroom doorway, and Hayasaka was surprised to be met with a small black pad affixed to the wall. I must have missed that in my haze from earlier.
But what do you mean by the guy part? The bathrooms only grant access according to the correct sex list on the tablet, so only ladies can go in the ladies' room, and vice versa with the gents.
That's a weird system.
No, it's not. That's totally normal. What the fuck are you talking about?
I think we mean specifically having the bathrooms lock.
I guess so, but
Like, that's not very common.
true.
Like, having to swipe your card to enter the bathroom.
Yeah, that's a good point. Imagine having like use your
I don't
card to
think
use
he
skin.
means it's weird for there to be, like... But yeah, like, here he also says, like, I guess it's makes sense because it's, like, a bar, and you would kind of need the extra protection considering some people get fucking drunk and...
Yeah. Yeah, even the hotel bathrooms don't do that.
Ah, perhaps since the karaoke bars are infamous for getting drunk and the system is to protect people, disregard the actual reason of it just adding to murder cases, but whatever.
Yeah.
Then again, it doesn't account for same-sex situations, does it? Thank you for explaining. Thank you for the explanation, regardless.
Truth be told.
May account.
Nice account.
I hope your investigation goes well.
For you and your new friend.
Isaka faltered for a moment, glancing over at Brian. Friends. We're friends, aren't we? Is that what you'd call this? Having coffee together, inviting him alongside me to events, investigation? Is that what I said? Investigating together. As long as Brian feels the same way, then Brian noticed his eyes intent on him. What? Brian noticed his eyes intent on him.
I think it's to imply
Hayasaka's. Hayasaka's eyes
Hayasaka
intent
was.
on him, and his lips upturned timidly. Hayasaka felt himself imitate the gesture back. Probably.
Do you think
He
they're
then
gay?
promptly... A little fruity.
Hmm.
But I think they... I don't know why I thought they were gonna set up Hayasaka and Kurumada. I had
That'd
like
be
that
fun.
feeling. I don't know why. But maybe, hey, they'll set him up with the other awkward nerd.
Hmm. They're perfect for each other. They're both
Yeah,
twinks. They both wear suits. They're both
they can
nervous wrecks.
stare awkwardly at each other and stand like next to each other for 2 hours without saying much
Yeah.
at all.
Mhm.
uh, I say that like I'm hating. I am not at all. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
He then promptly nodded towards Maya and Latte as not to set them off suspicious from their prolonged lingering. Brian and him then set off back into the main lobby, where they spotted Natsuki and Yuri attempting to find attentive to something on the floor with furrowed eyebrows. Are you two all right? I don't know. There's some kind of weird stain on the floor.
I think from the color alone, it may be dried blood. What? How could there be blood out here?
That's what I was thinking too.
We all probably didn't notice it beforehand when we first arrived as it blended in with the red carpet. But now that I can see it, it does feel really suspicious.
It's good you caught this, however. This is definitely something to keep in mind, no matter the question it arises. No matter the questions it arises, and it arises a lot. Spot stain on carpet. Jeez, why did Retsuko have to be killed in the karaoke bar of all places? It feels really insignificant, honestly. I suppose you have a point. Did any of you know anything about this place beforehand? Right, they didn't know about Retsuko's, like, interest.
Hmm. Actually, I think I might have. Sometimes when I spent the night reading in the library opposite, I'd hear noises coming from the karaoke bar when I left. I couldn't make out what the noises were exactly, as it was too muffled to hear, but I was too nervous to investigate myself.
Yeah, I don't know if you know what like Retsuko sings, but
Yeah.
it's like grip, like heavy like grip metal, like screamo. It's
Mm-hmm.
literally like that, ah! Like the fucking
Yeah.
screaming, like guttural screaming, fucking metal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Do you
the
think someone was
noises
using the karaoke?
fits. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Do you think someone was using the karaoke bar?
I doubt that. We were all too tired to even think about doing stuff like this. Well, except for my stupid idea to come here today. Regarding the remark, that just like sounded weird. Sorry. Hayasaka gave her a look, and she quickly averted her eyes. No offense to your friend, I mean. It's all right. My ideas can be a little impulsive from time to time. Thank you for the information, Yuri. I'm sure it may be helpful later.
I'll be glad if it does, even if only a little.
Yuri's account. I guess you gotta keep looking around, huh? Come on, Yuri. Discreetly tugging at her sleeve, Natsuki led Yuri elsewhere, the latter of which politely nodding at the two before their departure.
Hey, Haitaka. I was just thinking about something.
Oh, what is it?
Since Ritsuko was always drinking with Bojack during the evenings, maybe he knows something about how she got to the karaoke bar in the first place.
You aren't wrong. You aren't wrong. Even yesterday, she decided to have another drink with him. Not to mention that the stage bar was only around the corner from the karaoke bar.
So he should have been the last person to see her, right? Should we go ask him about it?
Isaka nodded, directing his attention towards the double glass doors. Stepping outside, he felt the brisk, early day air hit his face. Cheeks and nose flushed with sultriness. On one side of the door was Bojack and Jesse. They were leaning against the building, quietly dragging on cigarettes. Turning to view the opposite side, Hayasaka noticed Kuramada, arms crossed with his legs raised and resting against the wall. Catching eye contact, he kicked himself off the wall and approached him.
Hey, you. How you doing?
I think I'm getting along well. I've discovered a fair few clues so far. And how are you feeling right now?
Just about ready to join up with you again.
That's good to hear. Kuramada then shifted his gaze towards Brian beside him.
What's he doing here? Oh, we're investigating together. I thought that was Haisaka saying that for
Yeah.
some reason. You are? Better not be replacing me. I'm not. I just wanted to help out. Just joking. Oh,
That's
so what are you out here for anyway? Sorry.
yeah, they're good, they're good. We were just about to question Bojack, seeing as we believe he might have been the last person in contact with Retsuko before she died. Kurmada nodded, tagging along with the other two over to Jesse and Bojack, the former giving them a brief wave. Hello, could you two put out your cigarettes if it isn't too much trouble? We'd like to ask you something.
Sure thing.
Jesse proceeded to flick his cigarettes to the ground and twisted his heel into it, a, f- a trail of frail smoke churning out of the disfigured stick. He nudged Bojack to do the same, who sighed before following along. Kurmada groaned under his breath.
No, sure, put them out for him, why don't you?
Don't create conflict. Thank you for that. Now, Bojack, you were drinking at the stage bar with Retsuko last night, right? We were. Wait, you're not accusing me of killing her, are you? I probably should have been the last person to see her and everything. Is that what you're thinking?
No, we're only wondering if you knew what happened to her that night.
Right. Well, I got pretty drunk, which isn't easy since I need a lot of alcohol to do so. And Retsuko, I don't know if she did the same. At one point, though, she did excuse herself to go somewhere. Oh,
Oh god, I
this
gotta
is
come with a
this
voice for
is you,
Retsuko. Fuck.
yeah.
Uh, okay. Mind if I excuse myself?
Leaving so soon again?
Yeah, there's just somewhere I have to go.
Can it wait? Are you really gonna make me drink alone?
Mm, no, you're not gonna guilt me into nah, you're not gonna guilt me like that, you jerk.
I can stop when I want. It's a choice.
Have a good night, Bojack.
I guess she needed to go to the bathroom or something if she was that desperate. She did that a lot. I see. And what happened after that? After that, I kept drinking, like I usually do. Or like I usually did. And then I passed out. I woke up to the body discovery announcement. Do you know how loud that thing is? Uh, did you know how loud that thing is? And here we are now.
Is that it?
I was blackout drunk. What did you expect?
I wonder, is that really what Retsuko was going to do? I mean, the nearest bathroom to the stage bar is the one in the karaoke bar. And one in the stage bar, as far as I know.
I would like to point out as well that you passed out. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That implies that she was murdered then.
Yeah.
Really? I sure as hell didn't. Oh, Jesse tugged at his beanie with a sigh. Something about Bojack's account seems strange, but from what I've seen so far, what he said does seem plausible. Thank you for your account. Bojack nodded, lighting up another cigarette in his hands. And, thank you for doing what you can for her case. Bojack's account. The two
Alright.
guys went back to smoking. Hayasaka could tell that it was time to part ways. Going back inside the karaoke bar with his investigation partners, he spotted a familiar, diligent face, shuffling a hand through a basket on the lobby countertop. Pointing him out, the three walked over to him.
Look, he even calls both Brian and Kurumada partners. Maybe it's both.
He has two hands, after all.
He does. What are you doing, Al? Just taking a look at these microphones. According to the sign beside them, there are supposed to be 16 present. Assuming one for each person from our initial full group, as well as this. Each microphone can connect to any karaoke machine via Bluetooth technology. Therefore, a single booth theoretically hosts up to the entire roster.
Impressive, if not the horrible situation currently.
Oh, so are all the microphones there? Hmm. No. There's one missing. Missing, huh? You think that's suspicious then? Got three of my characters are here at once.
Yeah.
Not particularly. Actually, some more so. I wish to test.
And what is that?
Find out. I propose we take these microphones into one of the karaoke booths. Huh?
Uh, no, sorry, I almost said your hall on accident. Whatever Al's thinking, I don't think it's worth ignoring. With the way he handled some parts of the last trial in rather unorthodox ways, it's safe to assume he has wise intentions. Then, should we help you?
Really? That'd be most beneficial to our timeline, Hayasaka. Come now.
Picking up the baskets in one hand, Al led the uncertain three to the nearest karaoke booth down the hall. Hayasaka watched as Al grabbed one of the microphones at random and started to hook it up to the machine.
What? They can make us sing together or something? Huh?
Gramada's chuckle was cut short as Al handed him the microphone with an outstretched hand.
You're gonna do just that. What the? Is this some kind of joke? Not at all. Suck on the mic, would you?
Gramada, with furrowed brows, snatched the microphone from Al's pale grip. Grunting, he brought it up to his lips.
Like this?
Just as he spoke, Ramada's voice echoed grizzly, I think is what they meant to say, out of the
Yeah.
karaoke's machine speakers, an overlay of faint static accompanying his processed words.
Yeah.
Ayasaka hadn't realized Ryan was unknowingly standing right beside the speakers until his cry
Oh,
shot into his ears.
oh
Having
poor
got that,
guy.
yeah, poor guy, got the fucking audio spiked it directly into his earlobe.
Boom burst.
Having got an unpleasant earful, he covered his ears and into himself.
Ow.
Unconcerned with the hijink, L disconnected the microphone with a content hum. He then repeated the cycle by connecting yet another new microphone to the machine and heading it over to Kuramada.
Wait, don't do it again! Hello?
Nothing emitted from the speakers. Brian practically gushed out a sigh of pure relief.
The hell? Is this thing broken or something? How interesting.
Um, what was that all about?
I don't have enough evidence yet to blah. I don't have enough evidence yet to say a conclusion. Let's sort through the remaining microphones to check if they all work as well. Do we really have to? I feel like this will take forever. Not to mention they really don't want to go deaf today. Suppose you're free to leave to continue investigating elsewhere.
But before the three could leave, Elle tapped Kuramada on the shoulder.
You, however, will need to stay here with me to help finish conducting this experiment, since you so kindly offered to volunteer. But you were the one who handed me the mic in the first place, dumbass!
Kuramada, okay, forgot the... Kuramada, I believe we can trust Elle. Brian and I will be alright on our own for a little longer. Anyhow,
Guess I got to stay behind if you need me that badly.
giving Kuramada a reassuring smile and nod, Hayasaka walked out of the booth with Brian, who was still rubbing his temples after the whole speaker debacle. Are you alright, Brian?
Yeah, I'll be fine. Sure, I still hear a little ring in my ears, but I've managed much worse.
How worse exactly?
No, Hisaka, over there.
As Brian mentioned down the hall, Hayasaka saw the furthest karaoke booth's door was slightly ajar. Sharing a look of inquisition, the two decided to check inside. Salutations, my suited-up gentlemen. What brings your glassed eyes up to this realm on our search out? Ah, Ina, were you the one to open the door to the spoof? Oh, no, 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 no. I was merely looking around with Mooney when I found this open door beckoning me inside, and I was anxious to slip in and learn the mysteries of the karaoke bar.
Why are you still pronouncing it like that? Looks like someone must have been inside here previously, huh?
Brian pointed out to the sum of alcohol bottles laid out on the table in the middle of the booth, and Hayasaka stepped over to garner a closer look. They're all empty. Perhaps someone was drinking inside here? Oh, ho, ho. Not even I need intoxications like these to become, as you may say, tispy.
Don't say that like it's a perk.
Despite the notion that one should have, despite
No
the
one.
notion that no one should have had any association with a karaoke bar, these bottles prove otherwise. In that case, it's best I remember this. Empty alcohol bottles. Right then. Do you have anywhere in mind we should look next, Brian?
Me? Well, I was maybe thinking the stage bar next door. Considering that was the place Retsuko was last seen, there's a chance a clue could have been left behind.
That's not a bad take. However, just as Brian was about to push open the door for their departure, a loud, thrilling metal instrument boomed from the speakers, startling the two into a frenzied halt. Whipping his head around to the source, Hayasaka witnessed Ina, who had been previously meddling with a karaoke machine, now melted into their sad form. Oh, oh dear. Oh no, no, no. I didn't mean to do that. Wah! Without hesitation, Mooney bounced onto the control panel, abruptly causing an end to the screeching noise.
Ina, what in great ruinous name were you thinking?
I didn't choose that scary noise. It had begun to scream from the forbidden box when I pressed the colorful buttons I could not touch.
That's odd. Was that song playing just a coincidence?
Well, we were just hanging out this way now. So, good luck on your investigation?
Brian then frantically ushered himself and Ayasaka out of the karaoke booth before another word could be uttered. I can't blame Brian. I think he's been through enough speaker-related fights for one day.
Let's just get out of here already.
With that, hold on. Uh, Let me do this. Where is it? I know it's here somewhere. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to have like a new song for
Yeah.
uh nope.
Oh.
I think it will be here. Beautiful light. Dead body. New AA. Nope. The X growth plan. Death Road of Despair. I can't remember the names of the fucking things. Ah, god damn it, sorry.
No worries.